Hi everyone, Samantha here again. Coming into this last video, I just wanted to talk about how I have a topic that inspired me to be a better person, and that is when I worked in high school, I worked at the local grocery store here in Canton, Save More Foods, and to me that was like the lower class grocery store just because the product there is what Ingles didn't want in Canton, so it got shipped to us and we marked it down and then sold it. And I was a bookkeeper, so I worked a lot more closer with people than most of the other people that worked in the store did. So that just inspired me to be a better person because I learned a lot about people and their situations. And it's just hard, and I get it, life gets you down. And some of those people would come in there and they would tell me everything. So you just have to learn to listen and not to judge people just based on their appearance or how they pay. And that's just a couple of the things I'm going to talk about today. So my first point is when I worked there, I had to tell my coworkers a lot of the time just to take it one a day at a time and not to judge people just by their looks or how they pay. A lot of people that came in there used EBT, which is just like food stamps that come from the government because they may not make enough to pay for their food and things like that. And that's as people that work in the food service, grocery service with those people, we can't be quick to judge just because we are there to help those people. Just a couple ways that people did pay, other than EBT, was just your normal like debit card or credit card, or they used checks. They would write us checks and we would run it through our check machine, and it was just another way for people to pay for their groceries. And when I worked there, just a simple, they didn't have many uniform requirements, so I would just wear like a Pisgah hat. They had white uniform shirts and the yellow apron. That was just our uniform there. So I told my coworkers a lot of the time just to treat people how they would like to be treated because when they come in there, they want to see our smiling faces, and you don't know what they're going through that day alone, so just take it day by day. And then you don't know what people are going through, like their situation wise. So that did inspire me to be a better person because they would come in there and it didn't matter if I was having an off day or I was going through something. They were probably going through something 10 times worse than I was. Just like I said, because I think it was the lower class grocery store in the town. And we did mark a lot of things down just so it was more affordable for people. And I think everyone should work in the food service, the fast food service, grocery, retail, something that works with people just because it humbles you and you really get to figure out what people are like, and then you understand more. And then when you get into higher up positions, you can always remember that just to go back to your roots and see, like, don't judge. Treat others how you'd like to be treated because you wouldn't like to be treated unfair. And again, just going back, treating my coworkers like I would want to be treated, treating the people that came in there like I would want to be treated is just a big thing. We would talk about with people that would come in, we would just sit down and have conversations with them, and that is another thing that inspired me to be a better person because a lot of the younger people nowadays are just quick to jump to conclusions, quick to judge, quick to act without thinking, and that is something we shouldn't do if you're working around people, like I said earlier, because you don't know what they're going through, you don't know their situation, either based on appearance or how they're paying for their groceries. It is just something you need to take into consideration and work with just for the sake of those people. Even if you have training on it or not, I think all companies should train people not to judge people. That is just something that I've learned working with people. So just to recap, just the basic uniform I would wear, like I said, a white logoed shirt that would just have Save More written on it, just a Pisgah hat because it was just in the town. They did support the school. A couple ways you could pay again would just be like your normal credit card, or if you had cash on you, we took that form of payment. EBT, we did WIC as well, which is just for like to help mothers and fathers that have small children get their milk and their formula and things like that for younger children. And then checkbooks again are just another great way to pay, and that's another form of payment we took. So again, that is just one topic and place that inspired me to be a better person because I dealt with a lot of people going through worse things than I was at the time, and it taught me to treat them fairly, treat them how I would like to be treated, and be quick be not quick to judge because you, like I said, you don't know what they're going through. So again, that did just inspire me to be a better person. Thank y'all.